All right. Good morning. Am I good to go, Nancy?
Yes, please.
Oscar Wilde once said, "Be yourself, everyone else is already taken." To that, I add, if you're going to be yourself, be the most upright, confident version possible. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests to meeting number 283 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Every great brand starts with an authentic foundation, don't you think? If you let your unique message slouch or to try to copy paste something else, your narrative loses off its crux. Today's theme speaks something about that, the brand story, and reminds us to push ourselves forward. Before we begin, I think I need to kickstart by doing some housekeeping tasks. I'll start with rule number one, full commitment. Your calendar is blocked for the next 2 hours, so I would request all of you all to stay fully committed, stay comfortable, and aim to grow. Rule two, tech etiquettes. Keep your video turned on and your audio turned off, and unmute yourself only when there is a need be. And please ensure to use the chat only when there are no conversations or interactions rather is not happening in, so that the person who is addressing the audience is not distracted and the audiences are staying focused. Rule 3, mindful dialogue. While Toastmasters celebrates open expressions, at the Gabbys we strictly skip anything to do with controversy. Let it be something to do with sex, religion, politics, something of this sort. Let's stay responsible to our core mission, which says we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Now, to officially launch off this meeting, it's my absolute privilege to introduce our presiding officer for today. To understand who she is, you just need to spell out her name, Nancy. Somebody who's notoriously hardworking with about 10 years of entrepreneurial experience running Practive Consulting and Training LLP, analytic, a master of business intelligence and data analytics who keeps our club strategy sharp. Never boring, she's incredibly fun, dedicated, and pairs her intense focus with a lot of humor and deep sense. Charter President Mentee, the foundational pillar, our very own DTM, Saurav Datta's mentee, and then your disciplined leader, currently serving as our powerhouse. And yes, let's put our virtual hands together, sit up straight, and welcome our presiding officer for today, Nancy Goyal. Over to you, Nancy Goyal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chaitra Lakshmi Narayan. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear fellow Toastmasters, with this absolutely beautiful acronym, this was our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Chaitra Lakshmi Narayan. Can we hear it for her? It's my absolute pleasure to be presiding over this meeting number 283 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. With this, I call this meeting to order. I see a couple of guest role takers in the meeting as well as a couple of guests. Well, the role takers would be introduced during their roles. However, I would like to hear it from our guests who they are, where they come from, and who invited them to our meeting. How did they get to know about our meeting? May I hear it from Sumita Sinha? Sumita, are you around?
Yeah, hello everyone. So I just saw the meeting link and I joined this.
Okay. Which club are you from?
So I was earlier a part of Rainbow Toastmaster Club.
Okay. Are you currently a Toastmaster or you're not a Toastmaster?
No, at presently, because of my schedule, I am not able to commit fully. That's where I'm not.
All right. Welcome to the Gabby's meeting. Well, it's a home to a lot of reinstated Toastmasters. I hope you find your home as well. Next, I see Anagha. Anagha, a quick 30 seconds introduction. Anagha, are you around? Okay, we will come back to you later once you are behind that black screen. Having uh, taken the guest introduction, it's time for us to start this meeting on a lighter note. And at Gabby's, one of the things that we do is we keep on bringing up different roles and role takers so that the interest keeps on. So today's interesting role uh, during PO's address is Joke Master role. This is a place where we are not expecting anybody to laugh. We are just expecting the joke master to try out jokes that might not work or that generally doesn't work. So, this is a place where the joke master gets a stage, make an entrance, and try their hands on jokes. So, even if others are not laughing, I'm sure we are still constantly coming up on stage and doing it over and over. And I myself have been somebody who has done it quite a few times and nobody laughed. So, ha. Pity score for the joke master. Today's joke master is someone who originally hails from Delhi, has made Mumbai her home. She's a dedicated talent acquisition partner at a prominent medical device company. Please put your hands together for our joke master for today, Suchita Nagar.
Thank you, DTM Nancy, to lighter the things for me. With this, today's theme is brand, right? So, Apple is only company that can remove something from the product, call it innovation, and still make us stand in the queue to buy it. My relationship with Monday is like a bad Wi Fi connection. We are connected, but nothing is working. And it usually happens with me. I don't work well under pressure. I work well 5 minutes before my deadline. My alarm clock is my best relationship with it. It keeps me wake up and I keep ignoring it. In Toastmaster, the timer is the only person who gets applauded for telling us to stop talking. Only in Toastmaster do people clap before they tell you everything you did wrong. Before joining Toastmaster, I was afraid of public speaking. After joining, I am still afraid, but now I do it better posture. Toastmaster has given me so much confidence that I now confidently mispronouncing difficult words. The best part of Toastmaster is that everyone gets a chance to speak. The second best part is that everyone eventually has to stop. With this, over to you, DTM Nancy.
Can we have a round of applause for this wonderful try by Toastmaster Suchita Nagar? Suchita, you made me laugh. I'm not sure about others with their poker faces on screen, but you surely made me laugh, especially the Toastmasters jokes. They never fail. We still clap no matter how the speech was. So here you go. Let's clap for her. Just kidding. Well, that was Joke Master lightening our mood. Now I've got one heavy announcement for all of us. Well, when I say heavy, Toastmasters is increasing their membership dues fees again. Um, this will be effective from 3rd August. It's $60 as of now, and that's going to be $72 from 3rd August 2026 onwards, which means the membership fees is going to increase at the Gappys. The VPMs will be communicating the same to the group, what would be the new fees after calculating all the um, different things that we pay, like GST and exchange rate and all of that. Af- we are expecting people to renew before 31st July so that we all can at least renew for this particular term without paying the increased dues. If we pay our dues after 3rd of August, it's surely gonna be the increased money that's gonna be implemented. So that's one news, good and bad. It's time to talk about the theme for today's meeting. Before that, I'll just talk a little bit about the Gabbys. Well, the Gabbys has got a long history now of 6 years, and uh, I have been associated with Gabbys from day one, or rather day zero. So instead of hearing this from me, I would like to hear it from somebody in the audience who has been associated with Gabbys for at least some time. May I have Prasang sharing his thought on this club? Toastmaster Prasang.
Yeah, thanks, TTM Nancy. Yeah, I exactly remember I joined a year back. I was kind of nervous. I used to join the Gabi as a guest for 6 months and used to speak on the table topics. And I wanted to join the Gabi, but I did not have the courage to join because how I will give the speeches and all that thoughts used to come. And then I suddenly gathered the courage and joined. And if I remember, since in all this 1 year, I have done a lot of improvements in myself in terms of speaking, in terms of confidence, and in terms of my career. Also, I was able to switch my job. I think 6 months back. So because of the Gabby, I have improved a lot, and I think I find a lot of support here to take roles, take speeches, and because of that, I'm able to do that. So thanks to Gabby and thanks to all the members of the Gabby.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasang, for such an impromptu storytelling. I loved your story. Um, that's the power of Gabby's. This is a place where you come, you learn, you unlearn, you relearn a lot of things that you think might be helpful for your career. So that's what Gabby's is for you. And when it comes to Toastmasters, Toastmasters is a 100-year-old organization, out of which Gabby's has just been there for last 6 years. So we are hoping for many more years for the Gabby's. Every meeting at Toastmasters is a structured meeting, and this structure in the meeting is to be taken care by the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day is someone who walks us through the entire meeting in a smooth manner. And today's Toastmaster of the day has come up with a beautiful theme. Well, I don't want to talk about the theme. I would leave it to her to detail the theme as much as possible so that we can learn it from the expert herself. Today's Toastmaster of the day is a product manager at Rapido. She is taking pride in solving problems for millions. I am one big user of Rapido, all the time Rapido fan. She's a mom to 1 year old, mischief maker. She's also a passionate traveler and a dance enthusiast. Please put your hands together for our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chitrangna Singh.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer, Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. All right. What a beautiful morning, right? Here we are at meeting number 283 of the Gabbies. 283, huh? And some of us would have attended at least half of them or even more. So if I ask you to pause and think, what makes you come back to Gabby's? I believe we heard Toastmaster Prasang's answer already, but if all of us can just pause and think that what makes us come back to Gabby's again and again, stay with Gabby's and choose no other club in the world, what would that one thing be? While you think about that, let me have a quick fun game for you. Guess the brand from the taglines. Here's the first one. Just do it.
Nike.
Nike.
Awesome. Wow. It's going to be fun. I'm loving it.
McDonald's.
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 Awesome. Awesome. All right. हर घर कुछ कहता है.
Asian
Asian
Paints.
Paints.
Oh,
Awesome. Wow. दाग अच्छे हैं.
Ariel.
Surf
Surf
Excel.
Excel.
Surf
Surf
Excel.
Excel.
Yeah, it's Surf Excel, not Ariel. Here's a bit difficult one for you. Never settle.
That is OnePlus.
Yes, you are right. The complete man.
Raymond.
Raymond.
Absolutely. I hope none of us are having a Wikipedia or a Google open. But anyway, here's the next one. It's finger licking good.
KFC.
Yes. Think different?
Apple. No.
Absolutely. Bang on. Now here's the last one. जिंदगी के साथ भी, जिंदगी के बाद भी.
LIC.
ICICI.
LIC.
Okay.
Wonderful. I did not expect such quick, rapid answers to these questions, but not really questions, but just taglines, which proves that we all are much aware and we all know and love the brands around us, and we can recognize these brands with the statements or the purposes they put out for us. So while this guessing game, well, I have more. While this guessing game can go on for more, I'll give you a quick glance on the meeting structure today. We have three main segments: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. Gabby's vouches for the quality of meetings by the virtue of evaluation teams. Today's evaluation is going to be headed by our general evaluator, none other than Toastmaster Inderpal Chadda today. Toastmaster Inderpal is a chartered accountant by profession and a passionate learner at heart, driven by excellence in both numbers and life. He loves traveling and dancing and embracing every experience with energy and enthusiasm. At Toastmasters, she's on a journey to master the art of communication and public speaking. Toastmaster Inderpal, I invite you on the spotlight to tell about your role and introduce your team to us.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chitrangana. I would say definitely it was a great start and introducing the theme. Hello, Toastmasters, and welcome to all the guests today. So I am doing the role of general evaluator today in today's meeting, and it's my pleasure to evaluate effectively how each role contributes to make this meeting a success. While the speeches will be evaluated by our speech evaluators, I will be overall observing the overall quality of the meeting, the preparedness of the role players, and the smooth transition of time management, meeting flow, and overall expectation from everyone. And talking about the theme behind the brand, I think every successful brand has a story, a purpose, and a value that defines us. And we often see the logo, the product, the reputation, but there's a lot of dedication, lot of hard work and start that we all do that makes it a beautiful story end of the day, which definitely talks about the overall teamwork and hard work that is done behind the scenes. So today in Toastmaster meeting, I am not doing it alone. It is by the different set of team members who are helping me behind the scenes. And for this, we have um, evaluators for the speeches. So one is DTM Nitin Pathak, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Subhashini. Then we have the DTM Gayatri, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Rahul Swami. And table topic evaluator is DTM Umar. Along with that, I have my uh, team who is so one is language evaluator, Toastmaster Varun. So I'll request my team to come and introduce the rules of the today's evaluation. Talking about Toastmaster Varun, he is based out of Bangalore. He works with Deloitte USI Consulting in cyber strategy and transformation as a solution advisor. He represents the new age professional, tech savvy, globally aware, and constantly evolving. He is one of the boomerang. He reflects a clear intent to sharpen communication, influence, and leadership presence alongside his technical presence. So, request Toastmaster Varun to talk about the rules.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Indapal. And just a small minor correction. I am the timer for today's meeting.
Sorry.
So, no worries, no worries. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. And as the timer for today's meeting, I will be responsible for timing all of the formal speeches, evaluations, and the table topic speakers for today's meetings. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. So I'll just share my screen with you to indicate the cards that I'm going to use for today's meeting. Second. So these are the cards I will be using for today's meeting. The green signal, the red signal, and the yellow signal. So how I will be using it is for the speeches that are planned for today. All of the speeches are non-icebreaker speeches, so they will be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluations should be between 2 to 3 minutes, so please keep that in mind, whoever the evaluators are for today. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, and at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. For the table topic speakers, should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. So looking forward to all of your speeches and hope we can all adhere to the time limits for all of the speeches for today. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varun. So now I request Toastmaster Madhav Rakesh, who is our language evaluator today, so introduce about the rule and word of the day. So talking about him, he is one of the youngest team member in Gabbys, and he has already set the tone with his enthusiasm and intent many times. He enjoys movies, shows, reading, and meaningful conversation, and always ready to engage, learn, and grow. Over to you, Toastmaster Madhav Rakesh.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I am today's language evaluator. I'll be looking out for fulfilling my role. I'll be looking out for filler words, noteworthy phrases, areas for improvement, and of course, the word of the day. Today's word of the day is pragmatic. Pragmatic means dealing with things in a practical and realistic way. For example, the team took a pragmatic approach by fixing the most critical bugs before adding new features. So, I implore all the speakers who will step forward here to use the word of the day as much as you can. I shall put in the chat box and then hope all the best for the future speakers. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhav Rakesh. And now I'll request our listener today, Pooja Sharma, Toastmaster Pooja Sharma. She is one of the seasoned talent acquisition professional and recruitment manager at Atkins Retail with over 14 years of experience in international and corporate technical recruitment. She has partnered with global organizations across banking, manufacturing, oil and gas, and different sectors. Connecting exceptional talent with meaningful career opportunity. So, what do you, Pooja?
Thank you, General Evaluator. So today my role is a listener, as a listener. So as you all know that listening is most powerful skill, and it's not only understanding people. We have to give the full fledged attention to the people, to their emotions and understanding. So it's for me, listening is sign of respect, empathy, and leadership. So um, and it's more than communication skill. I feel like it's empathy and understanding others and giving the full attention. So today my role is listener. I'm going to pay full attention and I'm going to listen this speech of each individual and evaluations and meeting activities. At end of the session, I'm going to test your listening skills. It's like asking few questions so that you have to answer me. Yeah. Thank you. Back to you in the part.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pooja. So I would say like we must have listened to all the rules, and we will be evaluating basis this during the meeting. So all the best. And now I'll hand it to Toastmaster Chitandrana, who can take further proceed of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Antipat, for this wonderful walkthrough. Dear Toastmasters, I had left you to think about what makes you come back to the Gabbies. What does Gabbies make you feel? Can can I have some of you mention what you love about the club? As for me, genuine evaluations definitely stand out. Can I hear some more? Okay, here's another one. Structured
Quality of meetings.
structured conduct of the meeting. Sorry, I heard someone's response.
I was just sharing what you just shared, like quality of the meetings.
Absolutely, absolutely, Ashwin, bang on. Third one from my end, focus on member engagement. I can go on and on. Another one, solid takeaway from every meeting. So you heard my point. That's what a brand does. A brand is identified by three characteristics. One is distinctiveness, second one is consistency, and third one is meaning. You can remember it as DCM. Distinctiveness, you can tell it apart. Consistency, it never breaks character. Meaning, it always makes you feel something. So while you absorb that, let's move on to hearing some real stories, not about products, but from the life journeys of our phenomenal speakers who are all ready with their prepared speeches today. The first speaker is Toastmaster Subhashini. Toastmaster Subhashini is a chartered accountant from Puducherry with a passion for adventure and lifelong learning. While she excels in the world of finance, she also enjoys hitting the open road on her bike, exploring new places, and immersing herself in music. Toastmaster Subhashini, can I see you on the spotlight, please? She's attempting Project 2 named Effective Body Language at level 1 of the Pathways Strategic Relations. Timer, please note, her speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. She'll be evaluated by Distinguished Toastmaster Nitin Pathak. Distinguished Toastmaster Nitin Pathak, please confirm your presence.
I'm here, ready. Thanks.
Awesome. Toastmaster Subhashini, are we ready?
Yes.
Toastmaster Subhashini, when fragrance became a time machine. When fragrance became a time machine, Toastmaster Subhashini.
A very good morning to all the distinguished Toastmasters present here, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Isn't it so amazing? A familiar fragrance, the mehendi, would take me back home, far, far away, like 25 years back when I was 7 years old. Party! Wait, don't go without us. Every summer holiday began with those words at my grandmother's house. The moment she picked the basket and walked to the backyard, my sister, my younger sister, and I would drop everything and run after her. For anyone looking at us, it would look like two grandchildren chasing their grandmother. But to us, it's the most important event of the holidays. It was a Mehendi day. Maridani. Party is Ajji, basically, if you didn't understand. Anyways, the running and chasing is not towards the mehendi, but it's towards reaching the plant first. My sister would go, "Hey, I want to run first." And I say, "I spot the plant first." And she'll go, "But the leaves are going to be mine." I'm like, "I'm the elder sister. You better listen." She's like, "So what? I'm going to reach first." And we just like chase and reach the plant. Some arguments never need a reason. Let me tell you, having a sibling, is reason enough. And just like that, we start to pluck leaves and dust it off and put it in the basket. Somehow we both are convinced the more leaves that we collect, the mehendi is going to turn super red. And if you ask, is there any science behind it? Absolutely nothing, because childhood is so funda like that, right? All right. So what happened is, after we got back home, my grandmother would lay the leaves and sit with the stone grinder to make a paste. The stone against the stone, the rhythmic sound that it creates, and the paste would actually start to emit a remarkable fragrance that would fill the entire house. But for my sister and I, we had only one responsibility, which is to interrupt the process. Grandma, how long would it take to become a paste? Can we pour 4 drops of eucalyptus? Hey, Grandma, she's opening the bottle. And just like that, we keep interrupting her every 5 minutes until the paste is ready. Now, there is dinner. That night, dinner is just not dinner because it's an obstacle between us and the mehendi. Whatever is placed on the plate, we would eat everything. And we ate so quickly, not because we are hungry, but we want to move to the best part. Finally, my grandma will wipe her hand in the edge of the sari and tuck it in while we are waiting for her to utter this word. Sari, who wants to go first? And immediately I jump and say, I want to go first this time. My sister is like, no, it's me, Akka. And I'm like, last year you went first, remember? She is like, I am always first because I'm the little one. I'm like, ah. After passionately arguing for some time, I'd always hear someone around me saying the same thing every single time. Shubha, if you're any elder, you'll know this pain. On the outside, I'm like, okay, fine, let her go. But on the inside, I am battling a toughest battle with the universe for making me the elder sister because I'm all the time giving up because I'm the older one. Anyways, when it's my turn, finally to put the mehendi, I stretch out my hands in so much seriousness as if someone is going to receive an award. My grandmother would gently hold my hands, cup my fingers with the mehendi, and draw her pattern. When it's all done and I cannot move, strangely enough, that's exactly immediately my nose would start to itch, the tip of my nose. Grandma! Then my hair would, a stand of my hair would fall across my face. I'm like, party! And then, dude, there was no Odomos back then. The mosquitoes all know that I cannot defend myself, and all the mosquitoes start to attack me. And I'm like, Amma, can you just scratch me here? No, down there, you know. Oh my God, man. That night, with the fresh mehendi in my hand, it's an adventure in itself. The next morning, it's a very beautiful morning. There are 2 days in a year where I wake up without anyone has to wake me up. One, you all know, birthday. Number two, it's a mehendi day. I run to the backyard, rub off my, dried mehendi and look at these beautiful palms. I stare at them, the beautiful orange fingers and my palms. Wow. With pride, I look at them because only a child could understand, how it feels to have that orange in your hand. Anyways, years passed. That's what they do. Now, 3 days ago, my mom said, I'm going to apply mehendi. But this time it was different. No chasing, running to the backyard, no sister to argue with, no, my grandmother is sitting in the easy chair listening to music and not with a stone grinder. Everything was different. And me holding the other phone, I showed my hand to my mom, yeah, go ahead. This hand I'm not giving, I want it. But anyways, my mom took my phone away and then applied it. The next day I woke up, I removed my mehendi off, saw the colors, nice, took a picture, posted on the gram, jumped into my gym clothes and hit the gym. In middle of the set while I was just doing deadlift, I put the barbell down and look at my fingers. They're pretty red. And then I just without realizing, take it closer to my face, take a deep breath. You know what? The gym disappeared for a moment. All I could see is the mehendi plant. Somewhere I could still hear my sister saying, hey, those leaves are mine. I could hear the stone grinding. I could see and sense my grandmother laughing. What a beautiful realization, isn't it? That's exactly when I know that between growing up and becoming pragmatic, I somehow stopped noticing the beauty that the power that this incident had on me to change a normal day into an extraordinary one. I hope for us and you, there will come a day where a familiar fragrance, a song, a place that would quietly visit us. And you and I, however busy our lives might seem, let's remember to stop, take a pause, take a deep breath, and let it take us home, sprinkle some goodness, and live those moments. Thank you.
Wonderful Toastmaster Subhashini. Thank you so much for taking me back to my childhood when I was fascinated by the fragrance and the beauty of mehendi. Let's hear it for her. All right, let's move on to the second speaker for today. The second speaker is Toastmaster Rahul Swami. Toastmaster Rahul is a fitness enthusiast and a marketing analyst at Sanofi, Hyderabad, with over 4 years of work experience. An ambitious, strategic thinker with a knack for learning new things, he has come back to the Gabbys to continue his public speaking journey. In his free time, he loves to work out, spend time with his pet and family. Today, he's attempting Project One, connect with his storytelling at level 1 of the Pathways Presentation Mastery. His speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please note. Toastmaster Rahul will be evaluated by Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri. Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri, can you please confirm your presence in the meeting?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Are you ready, Toastmaster Rahul?
Yes, I'm ready.
Awesome. Toastmaster Rahul, easy money. Easy money, Toastmaster Rahul.
How many of you want easy money as fast as possible? I see raise of hands. If you want it, you can share with me your QR code and I will transfer it to you. Just kidding. Something which I did. This one day, 2 years back, I was having a conversation with one of my friend. His name was Anmol. We were in our flat having dinner while he said that, Rahul, you know what? Again, I got a call from the flat owner, and he said that the rent is going to increase again. What? Really? But it's third time in 6 months that we are increasing, seeing so much increase in the rent. Yes, you're right, but it's increasing everywhere in Hyderabad, and we have to find something so that we at least reach the at least surpass the inflation of rent. To that, I agreed, but we were not finding anything, any hobby, any something else. We tried many things like working for social media, posting online, also tried to be a referee in cricket matches, but things were temporary and there was nothing which could give us easy money. But one day, while I was working in my office, I went into an app and there was a opening which was for a part-time job, which is work from home with a good salary. And I was thinking, this is a good opportunity. Let's pass it on to my friend. When I passed on the message on WhatsApp, he did not reply at all. But I thought of giving it a shot. Then, as I went and tried to call the HR, the person said that, hello, is this, are you willing to work for this role? And I am interested in this role and I am willing to share my CV. Can you please provide me your email ID? I gave the email ID, and then the process started like any other company. But what happened was this person was asking for many details which were not required, like your house address, your bank details. And I thought that it's a normal process. Let's give it a shot because he was appearing very genuine. He said that we will have a next interview round. You will be given a case study and you have to solve it. Okay, I will solve it. I used ChatGPT. I was not knowing anything about the case study, but I passed it with flying colors. After the selection, he asked me to send some uh, 2000 amount on his QR code, saying this is only for your background verification. You don't have to worry. This will be refunded once you get the background verification done, and we will also parcel your laptop at your home. Okay, sounds genuine. I transferred the money. Again, he said that we will need to get some more transaction because we have to also uh, fill out your forms, and there will be also a health check so that you are fit or not. I transferred the money again, but then soon after realizing that I've already transferred 8,000 rupees, slowly, steadily, I realized, and I cut off with the person completely. I immediately took action and called the bank to close my account. As well as I also reached out to the cyber security complaint. Then the complaint was registered, but there was no action. I went to the police station. Even if it was small amount, I was very furious because how can somebody take money from me? I thought that I'm very smart and nobody can fool me. But even the cyber security police was very lousy. They were not ready to help me. And I did not see any response from them. Soon after 2 days, 3 days, I realized that my money has gone now and it's never going to come back. I cannot catch the thieves, but I can change my approach. With this story, I want to give you a lesson that you should never run after an easy coming money because it's not worth it. That's why you should never give any give any personal details to any cyber or to any fraud person. You should always validate the person, but they are very smart these days. So hope this helps you in your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul, for giving a word of caution to us. There is no free food and there is no easy money. All right. Before we move on to a 4 to 5 minute break, how about we do something? How about we recall one of our favorite brands and tell everyone what is that one word that we associate with it? As in, what does that brand make us feel? May I start with distinguished Toastmaster Nitin, if you are still there? Can I please have you on camera? Okay. The category being, let's say, phone or footwear. Please feel free to choose. What is
Yes.
that? What is that one brand? Sorry, what is that one brand which you love and why? And you can simply answer it in one word by telling us what that brand makes you feel.
Okay. And this one word is music ringtone, and the theme is Airtel's ringtone music, which was made by the superior A.R. Rahman Saab. If anyone recalls that those jingles, anyone remembers that ringtone which rang through Nokia's through all the time, it still just plays through. And somehow I feel more connected with that music more than the Airtel network itself, which have been bad over the years, but still I've been using it. However, that music itself always etched in my memory. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nathan. You confirm that the feeling and the emotion that a brand triggers, it can surpass even these really flickering experiences with the network that we might face. Very true. Can I invite any of our guests to share their favorite brand and what does that brand make them feel? Can I have guest Sagar Gulati? Can you please be on camera and interact?
Hey, hi everyone. Am I audible?
You are.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So the brand I would say is Apple right now. Uh, I have recently switched to Apple. Earlier, I was always an Android person, and I've recently switched to Apple. So whenever I take or I experience any Apple product, I have a very different feeling. It you know just changes my experience of using that particular gadget or the product. So yeah, for me it's Apple.
So if I have to ask you, what does Apple make you feel when you are holding a Android phone versus an Apple phone? How can you tell the difference?
The hassle of controlling it, like although Android's UI is pretty simpler sometimes, but the experience, I would say the performance of the device is like, it's even if you buy an expensive Android phone after 1 year or 2 years, it will be like, you won't feel like, using it, or it will start hanging. But in Apple, I have used 5 years old gadget as well, and it works like, as smooth as it was just 2 years back. So that's the feeling, I get, or that's the experience difference I see in Apple products or uh, the other Android products.
Absolutely bang on, guest Sagar. Thank you so much for sharing your feedback on your favorite
Thank
brand.
you.
Who else would like to share? I see on the chat our very own table topics evaluator for the evening, distinguished Toastmaster, has mentioned, Umar Farooq has mentioned that brand of Toastmaster International where leaders are made. Absolutely. That's the strongest brand we are living right now. Uh, distinguished Toastmaster Umar, were you willing to speak a bit more about what you just posted on the chat?
Yes, the brand that we are in under that umbrella of right now, and me being an introvert and not that pushing that limit, coming out of that comfort zone, and this brand, when I first watched the 2015 World Champions speech and his journey from a stuttering person from as a kid he joined and how he developed Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Muhammad Khatani, I'm talking about, power of words. And all those things have accumulated that impact that is creating, they are changing lives, Toastmaster, I believe, and it's a transformative. I did not know if I tell somebody that I'm an introvert, they'll be surprised now. If I 6 years ago they'll say, "Ah, yes, you are an introvert." Now they'll be surprised. Omar, how can you be an introvert? Because the networking, that connection we built into during this Toastmaster journey of my past 7 years is incredible, and each and every member is a brand ambassador. You know, it creates like a chain reaction, and transforms and inspires others to become a that brand ambassador as well. Over to you, Chitranga.
Thank you so much. Let's hear it for Toastmaster Umar Farooq. Very true. We all are ambassadors of the Masters International brand. All right. I think it's time we move on to taking a very short break. How about we keep it at 5 minutes? It's 10:50 as of now. At 10:55, we'll be back. And let's try to be back on time because I have another fun and exciting game segment awaiting you all. I hope we have everyone back from the break. As I promised, I have another fun quiz awaiting all of you. Like our own personal journeys, in which there are some stories that we choose to tell and some stories which we are yet to tell, each of these brands also have some stories known and some unknown parts also. So why don't today I tell you some unknown facts about brands and you tell me what product or brand am I talking about? Sounds about fun? I hope it does. All right. So here's the first one. This brand started as a book selling business. Its initial name was
Amazon.
Cadabra.
Amazon?
Absolutely. You are right, Toastmaster Gaurav. Next one. This brand started in Rajasthan by Ganga Bishan Agarwal as a tiny sweet shop.
Haldiram's.
Absolutely, Toastmaster Nancy. Now it is a multinational fast food restaurant chain and a FMCG company selling over 400 products, but started as a teeny tiny sweet shop. Wow. Here's the next one. This brand is commonly perceived as Indian until you are told it is not.
Peter England.
Nestle.
Okay, all three. Yes, all three are absolutely true. As for me, I was most confused about Bata till very long time. Bata started in Czech Republic, currently headquartered in Switzerland. Its affordable positioning has done wonders for it in India.
But Peter England is Indian, right?
Not sure.
Peter England is Indian. Aditya Birla's brand it is.
Oh,
Okay,
I
please
thought
carry
it's
on.
the other way. I thought that,
Yeah.
sorry, my bad. Yeah, I thought that brand which we think is not Indian but is Indian. Sorry, my bad.
All right. Okay, maybe I need to research a bit about Peter England then. My info about Peter England needs some revision. And what was the third one we talked about? Peter England and
Nestle.
Nestle. Well, Nestle is definitely not Indian. All right. Here's the fourth one. This company was actually selling vegetable oil before selling software.
Wipro.
Bang on. Wipro was Western India Vegetable Products Limited when it started, and then they did a complete switch of their strategy and moved on to selling software products. Here's the fifth one. Two rival brands created by two brothers from Germany. They are Adi Dassler and Rudolf Dassler.
Adidas.
And
Puma.
absolutely bang on. Rudolf named it Ruda, then it made it Puma. Even I did not know before researching that Adidas and Puma are actually owned by two brothers. All right, here's the next one. This brand's original soap was made with palm oil and olive oil, and that's why both are used in the name.
Palmolive.
Palmolive. Absolutely, better known as Colgate Palmolive now. Okay, here's another one. This company name has the name of the founder, his family farm, and his hometown. Yet it is a four-letter word.
IKEA.
Absolutely, distinguished Toastmaster Nitin. Bang on. Here's the last one, and definitely the easy one. This company started by renting out movie DVDs.
Netflix.
Absolutely. My fellow Toastmasters, while this brand trivia can go on forever, let's not forget we have an even more exciting segment awaiting the table topic speeches, hosted by our very own Toastmaster Prasang Manimano. Toastmaster Prasang Mani is a software development engineer at F5 and a technology enthusiast who thrives on solving complex engineering challenges. A graduate of MNNIT, Prasang combines technical excellence with a passion for innovation, collaboration, and continuous learning. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Prasang Mani Manav.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Chitrangana. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Every day, we see brands everywhere, on our phones, on our clothes, on our food, and even on the water we drink. But have you ever wondered what is behind these brands? Behind every brand, there's a story. Behind every logo, there is a meaning. And behind every tagline, there is a person who probably argued with 10 people to get it approved. So today, as a table topic master, I am going to take you all behind the brand. And don't worry, you don't have to be a marketing expert. You just need your imagination and a sense of humor. Some topic will be about the real brands, some topic will about the brands which doesn't exist or maybe should. All you have to do is that you have to think on your feet and have fun. Before I go and pick the first speaker, let me reiterate the time for each speaker is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, the timer will show the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, timer will show the yellow cards, and at 2 minutes, timer will show the red card. You will also, the speaker will also have a 30-second grace period. So each speaker has to finish their speeches between 1 minute and 2 minutes 30 seconds. With this, I would like to call upon the first speaker, DTM Saurav Datta. Can I have DTM Saurav Datta spotlighted?
Hi.
Okay. Yes. So the topic for you is that if you are a brand, what would be what would your tagline be? If you are a brand, what would be your tagline?
If you are a brand, I think this question itself is wrong. Each of us here are brands. Small brands, big brands, tiny brands, huge brands. We have brands as big as Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel or Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri or Distinguished Toastmaster Umar. And there are even tiny brands like me and no one else here. Okay, so it's just me. So now, if I was a tiny brand, then what I would want to become is grow big, become big, inspire others. I think that's what you would expect to hear from me. Unfortunately, I'm going to disappoint you. If I were a brand, I would just have one tagline, which is spread smiles. There is a secret mission that I have in my life, and which is what actually prompted me to join Toastmasters or do a lot of things in life that I do is driven by this mission. That is spread a billion smiles on a million faces. That's what I've always wanted to do. And when I joined Toastmasters, one of my motivation of staying in Toastmasters has also been this, that whenever I'm giving us evaluation or when I'm taking a role, I'm giving a speech, when I'm making a connection, I see I see a smile on someone's face. I see someone nodding their head in approval. Someone saying like you're now doing Prasang, right? It actually brings and adds a purpose to my life. It adds a purpose to my mission. It feels that I've got a little closer to my mission of spreading a billion smiles on a million faces. So if I were a tiny brand, which I am, I would my tagline would be spread a billion smiles on a million faces. Because that way the world can become slightly more livable. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Basak.
Yeah, thank you for taking the take on the topic. And yeah, if in my case I have to take a tagline for me, I was thinking I would give "Be different, be unique." Because there are, whenever I have to uh, do things, I try to do differently. I don't know why. Even if it is about eating, I try to eat something very choosy. I eat something which is very healthy. Okay, with this, we'll move to the next speaker. Can we have Toastmaster Gaurav?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so the topic for you is, if chai had a brand ambassador, who should it be? If chai had a brand ambassador, who should it be?
If chai had a brand ambassador, who would it be? Okay, let me be honest. I'm not a chai guy, I'm a coffee guy. So I think you're asking the wrong person. But okay, chai, tea, it's the same. If you would ask me, I would go for green tea. And ask me why. So recently I got into this marathon. I used to go to gym. So I thought, okay, if I'm in the gym, so marathon would be so easy and all. The first marathon I went, 1 kilometer, I was done. So me and my cousins, we decided, okay, we have to plan up something. We need to run a lot. We need to practice. So we made this practice sessions every single day with intermissions and all. So we practiced a lot from 5 to 8 kilometers every single day. But you know what made me realize green tea is important? When I got back home, right, after all the run, I had that green tea, and guess what? It refreshes your mind and body. So that is when I realized green tea, or for me, it's chai, is something that is way, over, let's say protein shake or fruits or anything. This green chai is my thing, and it's always gonna be my thing. So even though chai is not my thing, green tea is my thing. So that's about me. Thank you. Over to you.
You know, we have so many health conscious people in the Toastmaster, right? I mean, if you go anywhere outside Toastmaster, they will say, okay, chai is the best thing. But if I have to choose an ambassador for the chai, you know whom I would choose? I would not going to choose any popular actor like Saruk Khan, Amir Khan, Salman Khan, because I mean the chai will not suit on them. I will go and choose Nawazuddin Siddiqui. You know, I mean he would he would be the better brand ambassador. You can relate with him, like he drinks the chai. So for me, the Nawazuddin Siddiqui would be the chai ambassador. With this, I would move to the next speaker, Toastmaster Sonu.
Hello, yes. Hi.
Okay. So the topic for you is, which brand do you think lying in the most in its ads? Which brand do you think is lying most in its ads?
Uh, Actually, branding is what I think about the brand is not that they represent the value they deliver. It is like it's a different thing. Your question, your topic was it's lying in its act. So they might, some companies they might uh, build a brand on a CSR, and but it may not be a CSR as such. I mean, they will have something in their mind about business. So it's not like a branding should always reflect the value of the product as such is my feeling. It is something which attracts people, and maybe to some extent it should have their you need that it has to be driven by their act. So it's a quite thought provoking thing for me, and maybe I'm not able to give justice to the topic, but it's a great topic. That is what I feel. And I don't have a particular brand name in particular. I mean, it's not coming in my mind as such that which brand it could be. But I think the most branding is about the catchy lines, and it's not truly about what value they deliver. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. You have done the justice. Also, it was about lying in the ads. So, in my opinion, which brand is lying most? If you see my face, I see on the ads, right, that you can use the cream and you can become white. And I have tried most of them and it doesn't work for me. So I don't know. I think they are lying. I mean, they are so clear with lying. There's no truth in that. Okay, we have a next speaker, Toastmaster Piyush Mohanty.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
Prasanna.
so so the topic for you is, if cooking was a brand, what would be the customer review say? If your cooking was the brand, what would the customer review say?
Let me make a confession. I don't cook. I only like to eat. And that has been the perennial complaint of my wife. So whenever there is something to do with the kitchen, I'll raise my hand. I don't know how to cook. I only help people in eating. So eating, I'm a big foodie. So you give me a food, you tell me to eat anything, anytime. I'll be up for it. But when it comes to cooking, my skills are limited to boiling eggs. Yeah, that's all. And maybe I can help you in chopping some onions. So don't bet on me when it comes to cooking, and when you want to make me a brand with respect to cooking. I don't have much to offer. Uh, in any case, I think at least for gents, my sincere advice would be, don't show off your cooking skills. If you show off your cooking skills, so you risk yourself. I mean, getting dragged into the kitchen more often than you don't want to. So even though I know some a little bit of cooking, but from day one, I proudly declare that I don't know anything about cooking, so don't expect anything from me. If you need help in eating, if you have extra food, you have trouble finishing the food, finishing anything, I'm always up for it. Thank you so much.
You know, if my cooking had a uh, customer review, what they will say? Why they are getting the same food every single day? Whenever I'm cooking in Bangalore, every time I'm making just pulao because it's easy to make. So they will be tired, like, why I'm getting every single day same recipe. Okay. With this, we'll move to the next speaker, Toastmaster Suchitra.
Yeah.
Can we have you on camera? Okay. Okay. So the topic for you is, if you had to sell winter to someone living in Dubai, how would you do it? If you have to sell winter to someone living in Dubai, how would you do it?
If I have to sell
Winter.
winter in
Yeah.
Dubai, okay, how would I sell it, right? Hello, sir. Um, can we have a home there in Dubai? So, yeah, of course, we can have it. But nowadays there is a lot of rain in Dubai. It become a winter in Dubai. So you can have a home there. Oh, is it? Really? Winter in Dubai? Yeah, I can show you the pictures. Show me the pictures. See, recently I have visited Dubai and there was so much winter. which I was not expecting. So maybe if you also purchase the home in Dubai, you can have winter as well as summer experience in the same. Okay, I can have it. So this is how I can maybe sell the home. Yeah, thank you. Over to you.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm from North, and I know like how important winter is when the summer is there, and I also know how important summer is when winter is there. But the thing is, the easy way to sell winter to people in Dubai is talking about their electricity bill, because you know how much AC electricity costs is there. So we can tell them that how much they would get benefited because of the winter if if they don't have to use their AC. With this, can we have DTM Nancy on the spotlight? Okay, so the topic for you is, if your life was a brand, would people buy it or return it? If your life was a brand, would people buy it or return it?
Is this a question for me whether I want to return my life to somebody else or not? Probably, if you ask the same thing, if you would have asked the same thing a couple of years back, I would have been like, why am I born the way I am? And I definitely wanted to exchange my lives with somebody. When I say somebody, maybe my sister. She's as cool as a cucumber. Nothing hits her. No matter what my mom banters about, no matter how badly my dad ignores all of us, she's still cool. She's like, yeah, we are living. Few years down the line, I wanted to exchange my life with my brother. Well, he is apple of my mom's eyes, and I'm like, I want to be that. Why am I not that? And I realized that I cannot exchange my lives with them. Now, if you ask me, after all the struggle for last couple of years where I had my career stint with different companies, I had two failed startups and then the third startup that I'm building. I realized that everything happened in my life is a reason. Whatever I am today, it's because of my struggles. At this point, if you ask me whether I want to return my life or whether I want to exchange my life with somebody, definitely not. There could be people envying this life. There could be people who would want to take this life away from me, but I'm not going to give it away. And I'm really, really proud to be at a place. I'm really proud to have struggled all this a while and reach where I am today. So, m- my life is my life, none of your life.
It was a tricky question, but I think you have handled it pretty well. Why would someone kind of return their life? Okay. With this, I will go to the last table topic. And for that, I would like to call Toastmaster Chaitra. Okay, so the topic for you is, what would be the honest slogan of Toastmaster? What would be the honest slogan of Toastmaster?
Thank you for the topic, table topic, Master Prasang. Quite a tricky question in itself. What would be the honest slogan of Toastmaster? If I have to think through what could be a honest slogan of something like Toastmasters, right? Raise your glasses high and Toastmasters here so that it never blowers or something like that sort. It just took me for a second back to the story of how the entire Toastmaster thing started off, where the person visited and people did not know how to put across a toast and speak it. So probably raise your glasses high here at Toastmasters could be the honest slogan of Toastmasters, because think about it, the values that it brings in Toastmasters, it helps you raise your glasses high. It helps you to be authentic with all your flaws. It teaches you how to embrace your flaws, and then it helps you develop yourself outside and in. So that pretty much is how one could raise your glasses high. One would raise glasses high only when there is a win, right? So Toastmasters give you that opportunity to even see how imperfectly perfect you are. So that's very, very important and very difficult for people to embrace, considering the fact all of us are somewhere, we all of us are built with ego, and we all built with pride. So I think Toastmasters slogan should be raise your glasses high. It fits the word toast. At the same time, it fits the brand in itself, which is Toastmasters. Raise your glasses high. Over to you, Toastmaster Prasang Mani.
Thanks, Toastmaster Chaitra, for your take. If I had to give a slogan to Toastmaster, what I would give, I mean, a lot of people come together and they help each other and grow together, right? So something like come together and grow together, something like that I would like to give. And with this, I would like to go to the next speaker, guest Ganesh. Can we have guest Ganesh on the camera?
Yes, and good. Yeah. Should I need to open camera or is it okay this way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some network glitch I can feel my end. Okay.
No, it's fine. I think we're able to hear you.
Okay. Camera I need to open or is it okay like this?
It would be good, great to have you on camera.
Okay.
Okay, good. So the topic for you is you have to sell a pen to us, but in a funny way.
Pen in a funny way.
Yeah.
Okay. So once I was young, I heard a proverb that and a person was wanted a pen needed pocket. The pen can help reach the destination. So like something like this. So I believe I built a pen for all of you, a pen which is a magical pen. I found people who are in college or preparing for competitive examinations, and there's a lot of confusion to keep multiple pens. For the headlines, there's a different pen, then a different pen, multiple pens we need to carry. So sometimes there's a lot of confusion. So I got a pen which solve all these problems and give you a solution with a single pen where there's a window, there's a switch, there's a button, there's a button here. If you just press this, you need red, you need black, you need blue, and it turns into ball pen or the other pen, also ink pen. So it solved all your problems. And so I thought about this problem over the years. Then finally, I thought this is a pen can solve the problem of all the students who are preparing for the examinations and preparing UPSC examinations and long theory and the theoretical answers. So it's going to solve that purpose. So today I have an offer for you. If you want to buy this pen today, so I got an offer for you. So although the MRP is 375, but for today, just for today, is 51 rupees for all of you. This offer is for valid for today till midnight. So you can claim this offer. I'm sure you will find it really good, and you'll recommend your friends and family also to go for this fan. Yes, thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, guest Ganesh, for taking the take. And definitely, I'm your customer. I'm going to buy you. I'm going to connect with you after this meeting. And please give this pen to me. I want to solve all my problems and all the confusions with this pen. It would be so easy for me. So this was the last topic, and we had kind of fantastic table topic rounds. We went behind the brands and we found out a lot of creativity, humors, and brilliant ideas also. Like we had people talking about us about themselves being the brand and uh, you know selling us, and some people were talking about like selling the pen, right? So we had a kind of a fantastic table topic. Uh, and I would like to thank all the speakers for coming forward and making the session wonderful. And with this, I would like to hand over this meeting to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chitrangana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasang, for this really fun round. Let's hear it for Toastmaster Prasang. Before we move on to the final section of the day, here's something for you. Can you guess what's so special here? Bhaiya, can you give me a Xerox? Number one. Number two, I want to go to a nice place to eat. Let me Google it. Any guesses?
Power
We
of
need to
brand.
guess.
We are taking a
Ah,
name of the brand. We are not.
Absolutely. Bang on.
It's a verb, yeah, like a verb, action, verb kind of thing that's
Brands are
associated.
used as verbs. Yeah.
Definitely. All the same. Over the years, some brands become so dominant that they become the product. I want you to think of more such examples in your day to day life where you are actually calling the brand, not the product, as the product. With that, I'll hand over the stage to our general evaluator for now, and we'll come back to this. We can't hear you, Toastmaster Indipal.
Sorry, I was on mute. So thank you, Timor Chitrangna, and everyone so far. I think I would definitely say that it was very enthusiastic meeting, and I really enjoyed it so far. And we definitely gave a lot of justice to the topic that we chose today, which is behind the brand. And everybody ensured that we talked and speak in that spirit. And now it's the time for the final evaluation, and we'll start with the prepared speeches. So, for our prepared speech, our first evaluator for Toastmaster Subhashini is DTM Nitin Pathak. And he will be evaluating for the topic when fragrance became a time machine. Um, just to give an introduction of Toastmaster DTM Nitin Pathak, just one second. Yeah, so he has been a Toastmaster for a while, and he has served an area of roles in clubs and districts. He loves driving, football, cats, and is kind of an extrovert geek. So, over to you, Toastmaster DTM Nitin Pathak, for evaluating Toastmaster Subhashini.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. One of this barrier of this online meeting is the sense we feel are visual and audible. However, today, the speaker demonstrated that we could also have a sense of smell through their speech. As they were delivering the speech, the smell of henna was just going through my nostrils every now and then because of what they were elaborating throughout the speech. And they were able to do it by doing few good things. The objectives of the speech were to have effective body language, and our speaker demonstrated it really well today. When you're walking in the garden, how do you pluck a flower? When you are going through forward and backward, you just go through your gestures going forward and backward over the same. When you lay leaves, you lay them over like this. The speaker ensured that their body gestures were meaningful and impactful to demonstrate teeny tiny elements which we go across on day-to-day life and encapsulated all of them into this speech. Wonderful job done in various examples sprinkled throughout the speech of how body language can be effective. Another good thing with the speaker did was the use of words that will demonstrate a very vivid experience. Now, they are still on level one, yet there are a few phrases which just encapsulate all together. The smell of gym disappeared from my palms as I smelled them. And hearing the stone grinding. Phrases like these thrown throughout the speech just made the speech much more vivid, much more descriptive than what they are. Now, how can we take this speech and take it to the next level? Elevate it altogether. I like it when an evaluator's job is cut short, and today it was cut short because the feedback I have for the speaker was the takeaway message from the speech itself. Take a pause and take a deep breath. The speaker mentioned this to me that they are a very pacey speaker, and I, being a pacey speaker myself, understand it's not easy to just cut it down overnight. It is not possible and not possible to do it during the speech itself. What we can do to improve it is use pause for the audience to soak in what you've just spoken. Now, our speaker showcased a very beautiful scenery of how their grandmother's house looked. And we speak fast, not just because of the joy of it, it's our emotion. When there's a rush of emotion, we speak fast. It just comes through naturally. Now, how we can just use adding a pause on the between those two lines gives a time for the audience to absorb the wonderful things we have spoken. And that helps. Even if you're not changing everything drastically, just having a little tweak to it, and that's good enough for now to encapsulate what all you're doing. That's just one part for now, considering that you are on level one. There's one feedback for this speech. Please try to add more pauses speech. Apart from this, I'm glad that you use voice modulation throughout the speech. There was proper context of switching while you're talking to your sister. You were moving on one side and other side using a right frame throughout. And throughout the speech, if your sister was on one side and you were on the other side. And use voice modulation as well. While you were talking about your grandma, voice modulation came as well. So wonderful job on overall part. All the best for future speeches. Thank you so much, Subhashini. And yes, the fragrance was time machine. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster DTM Nitin Pathak. And I'll definitely say it was a very wonderful speech, and I love the topic. I don't think I could have guessed, or anybody would have guessed, just by reading the topic, because it was too different, and I think that was the beauty around it. And another thing that was beautiful is you spoke about this one small topic in such a beautiful manner. I think really applaud on that. And you really added beauty to overall speech while you were speaking about it, adding emotions, a lot of things. And I can really relate to a lot of things, because I have four sisters, and this Mehndi Day is really special when we all apply and we really compare end of the day or also in morning that how it has turned out. So I can really feel those emotions when you are talking about it. So it was really well done. And I think DTM Nathan, you added, you gave wonderful feedback. I don't think I want to add anything other than the pause point that you added, but otherwise I think it was very beautifully done. Thank you. Now we can move to the second speaker, evaluation of second speaker. So yeah, so our second evaluator is DTM Gayatri, and he'll be evaluating Toastmaster. Just one second.
Rahul.
Toastmaster Rahul, yeah. So to give an introduction about Toastmaster Rahul, sorry, not speaker. So DTM Gayatri. So he's an assistant vice president at EXL Service, a distinguished Toastmaster, and the past district director of District 120, Toastmaster International. He's a successful corporate career in. He has a successful corporate career in analytics and a remarkable leadership journey in Toastmaster. Sorry, she is known for empowering people through effective communication, servant leadership, and lifelong learning. Gayatri, over to you for evaluating Rahul Swami.
Yeah. Thank you, General Evaluator. Rahul, I was very entertained by your speech on
how you got deceived and how you narrated a story out of it. To start with, what I enjoy the most, I think when you speak, you have a beautiful persona of a neighbor next door. Like I'm seeing you for the first time on the stage, but when you spoke, it was as if I was having a conversation with somebody whom I already know. That is a beautiful, friendly persona that you have. I think that comes to you as a strength by default, maybe. The second thing that I loved about your speech was how you set a plot and then you brought in some conflict and then you concluded a typical way how we encourage the storytelling structure to be. For example, the plot you set where you said that you were running low on money, your landowner asking you for increasing in rent. So there is a need for you to look for more money. And whenever we actually are already in a dire need, we don't put a lot of logic into the thinking. So that is one of the plot that you said beautifully to overcome the question of why didn't you check when they were asking for more and more money. So the plot was beautifully said. And of course, the conflict was that there was a person who was extracting money from you and what would you do next. So this was beautifully structured. I also loved how you actually had a beautiful flow. If I ask anybody who had listened to your speech, what was the story about, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to narrate it back. So you had a clear flow. You were very comfortable delivering it. Now, coming to how we can make this a little better, in terms of your structuring, right? The first line that you uttered was, how many of you will want to have money? Now, when you say how many of you, you're speaking to the entire crowd. If you rephrase it as, uh, do you want money? It becomes a one-to-one conversation. So when you speak on stage, this is a more effective way to speak. Again, whatever I'm saying is not basic. It is just to see how we can make your speech a little better. Another area that I felt you could improve upon is your um, the conversations. You were switching between the places, right? So I think what happened is many times you had an eye contact with somebody virtually here when it was not needed. Probably that is where your eyes go whenever you're thinking. This is something that you can be a little conscious about. It wouldn't change overnight, but the more you think about it, you will be able to maintain eye contact. And the switching may not be needed for everything. Like even for every telephone conversation you had a hand posture and then switching. So this was little distracting. I would rather say he called me and then you can keep continuing to speak with the audience. So the interaction with the audience would be even stronger with that. So whatever points I said, these are minor things to improve the storytelling part. I think on the project objective of telling a story and making a point, I think you did a beautiful justice. Keep continuing your projects and all the best for your upcoming speeches. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Gayatri. I would also like to add a few points that it was quite authentic, personal, and these pointers that he mentioned, talking about the dire need, about the rent that keeps on increasing every year, puts a pressure, and then talking about the job hunt and how we get into the trap of that betrayal and all that when we are like looking for something. I think it was quite authentic and quite relatable. Each point was quite relatable, which was quite good and well reflected when we were hearing your story. And you did the role play, which was great. I think this is how we start doing those role plays, and there's a lot to improve as we go ahead with it. I think only thing that I would like to add along with Gayatri is the voice was fine, but I think there can be few areas or few points, a few uh, areas where you could have added more energy and tone to where you were speaking a few things. So I think that could have added more beauty to it. But I think still well tried, and you did a great job. Thank you, Rahul. Now we can move ahead further with the table topics, which was taken by Toastmaster Prasang Mani. And I think it was again great justice to the topic that we selected today. And now he'll be evaluated by Toastmaster Umar, DTM Umar, who is an internal auditor by profession and a passionate Toastmaster. He is born in Chakwal, Punjab, and is called South He has called Saudi Arabia home for over 13 years. Over his 16 years journey in Toastmaster, he has served various leadership roles. For Umar, servant leadership is not just a slide in a presentation, but a lived responsibility. He's accomplished speaker, having achieved status of district finalist in both table topic and evaluation. Over to you, DTM Umar. You are mute.
Yes, thank you, Madam General Evaluator. And first of all, uh, congratulations to all the brave table topic speakers. It takes a lot of courage to talk on a topic randomly given. You have no idea what the topic will be, and you took that courage and took that step. And wonderful. You all had that pragmatic take on the topic, very realistic, very genuine, whatever raw feelings and thoughts come up. And wonderful job done by table topic master Prasang as well. I'll go with the first speaker first, Toastmaster Saurabh. If you were a brand, what would be your tagline? I loved how you took a different take on the topic. Everybody is a brand. Some are big brand. You'd call yourself like a tiny brand to have that humble side on to showcase that. I thought you were trying to build the momentum, gather the thoughts to create that tagline. Initially, you shared that the tagline is spread smiles. Then later on, when your thoughts got developed more and you organize your thoughts, then you came up with the idea that billion smiles and million on million faces. And additionally, I would say maybe have a very specific personal example from your life in order to connect with them. Not in a talk about in a general sense. So people connect with specificity, like when you are go into the specific detail. Why is this something? What makes you like? What has made you to arrive at that kind of tagline? So give a specific example from your own life. Second is Gaurav. If chai had a brand ambassador, who would it be? Oh, you admitted that you are a coffee guy initially and you are not. Then you came on to the idea, okay, green tea is also there. Then I can talk about green tea. Hibiscus tea is there. So many kinds of teas are there. So I can talk about green tea. And you had a personal story to talk about. And one thing that I would want you to work on is answer that question. The question was who should be the brand ambassador? You did not answer the topic itself. So I thought I wanted that was missing. Let's move on to the Sonu. Oh, that was a very controversial topic. Which brand do you think is lying the most in the ad? It takes a lot of courage to point the finger on somebody that they are lying and all that to gather those thoughts. It's a tough question. I loved that she paused and she thought about it and that gathered his like how to organize the thoughts and all. I loved how she said flash. Every brand has some flashy, exaggerated lines. They maybe are not that much truth. But I would ask her to maybe talk about anything from personal life, any specific example. Just pause, think about it more, and reflect, and maybe talk about in a general sense, not a specific brand. Overall, good attempt. Piyush, if cooking was a brand, what would be the customer review? If Piyush's cooking was a brand, what would be the customer review say? Okay, so that is also like similar to Gaurav. Gaurav was a coffee guy, not a tea guy. He said, I don't like doing the cooking and I like eating food and all. He gave a personal take on it, like connected to himself. But I thought repetition. You are repeating the thoughts more and more. A lot of times when we are ran out of ideas, we repeat the thought process same and again. You said multiple times, I would like to share eating, to eat a lot and a lot. Repeating the thought same and again. Whenever you are done, you are done. So even it takes 1 minute, 60 seconds, maybe 50 seconds, instead of repeating a thought process, having giving multiple conclusions, mm, it will maybe lesser the impact of the take on the topic. So instead of dragging it. Next, we have fifth Sujitra. Okay. If you had to sell winter to someone in Dubai, how would you do it? Oh, I am living in Saudi Arabia, the country that is built on a desert. So I can relate to it. So it was an interesting take on the topic. You went into the character. I loved it. How you became the salesman and you were trying to sell winter and all. Loved that creativity. However, I felt in during your entire take you were selling the property, real estate. You are a real estate agent instead of a winter. See, winter is the product, not the real estate. Yeah, if you want to buy a home in Dubai, there will be winter. What is the object? What is the subject? What you are trying to sell? You have to focus on winter as a product, not the real estate. Okay, so I thought that could have been better. Next is Nancy. If your life was a brand, would people buy it or return it? Oh, I loved how she had a personal take talking about her sister and brother, and she had a message as well at the end as a call to action. However, Nancy, just to add, the topic was if your life was a brand, means your life is a product. What would make it so interesting, it fun or enjoyable that people will buy it? What they will love about the life? So I thought you misunderstood the topic from my from where I see that topic. Why your life is so interesting that people will be inspired by it, they love it, they like to have it instead of returning it. Okay, but you took it in a very different way that I will not return it, I will not buy it, because it says why people will buy it, not you. It's not talking about you. So just think about the topic in a deeper level in order to connect better. Number 7, Chitra? Chaitra, I think, I'm not sure. What should be the honest slogan of Toastmasters? Oh, that was a tricky one. You had to go dig deep on the Toastmasters. What was the actual? You paused, you thought about it, and raise raise your toast, maybe raise your glass. So that was your slogan. I think slogan is more than that. Slogan is a bigger, like a sentence, not one. And it's when we are talking about Toastmaster originated from giving toast, social speeches, and all. So I thought we could have come up with a slogan that gives more impact and explains the concept of Toastmasters. Not just giving toasts, it's about public speaking communication, building better leaders through communication and leadership. So have a complete line as not instead of like 3-4 words. Slogan is like a not a very 1 or 2 words or 3 words. Overall, good attempt of the topic. Last, Ganesh, you have to sell a pen in a funny way. Okay, I like you are in character and you are encouraging everybody, inspire, trying to push them to buy the pen. However, you had to do it in a funny way. I thought it was not. I was not able to laugh. So, and secondly, it will solve all your problems. When you give a blanket statement in a table topic speech or in any speech, like okay, this pen will solve all your problems. Are you really seeing that all your problems? So talk about when we say what are those problems. A pen can solve not every problem. So maybe some maybe relating to writing, and some maybe it will have different colors as you said. But instead of giving some like a blanket statement, like a big umbrella statement, try to have a specific solution or the thing that. So we always say, sell the solution, not the problem. Okay, so we focus on that and have some humor in it. But overall, all of you had a very pragmatic take on the topic. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep getting better, inshallah. Over to you, our Madam General Evaluator. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, DTM Omar, for providing so much wisdom to each and every table topic. I would say it's not easy, and like providing your insight will definitely help us sharpen all our skill when we are thinking in that just 1 minute, not even 1 minute. Let's 1 second and to speak about for that 1 or 2 minutes. It's a difficult take, and I would definitely say all of the participants they did really good job because. Again, it's a courageous act to prepare a speech and speak. Still, we have a lot of time to think about it, write it, and compose it and then speak about it, practice it. But I think speaking impromptu here is definitely courageous, and at the same time, we made it funny, we made it relatable. So it was great overall. Thank you. So now we can move to our Taggle team, who can provide us report more about the language, time, and our listening skill. So I would request our language evaluator, Madhav Rakesh, to give us report about the meeting, how we perform on the language and other criteria. Toastmaster Madhav, are you there? Yeah, thank you.
Yes, can you get the screen sharing?
Yes. Yes, it's done.
No, yes. Okay, I think we can all see it. Yes. So now today's speeches were filled with wonderful idioms, rhetorical devices, and of course the stories. I saw great use of parallelism, metaphors, and imagery in Toastmaster Subhashi Jolata's speech, and use of metaphors in Rahul Swami's Toastmaster Rahul Swami. Sorry. So now there were small little issues which can be fixed with better vocabulary. Each one of us can learn more words, which can help with the smooth flow of those words, and we can build the storytelling even better. So now so now another issue was I feel like even the table topic speakers could have used the word of the day more. But overall, it was great to see all those the wonderful quotes and idioms said by each and every speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhav, for preparing this, and it will definitely help us to understand the areas that we have done well in terms of language or using of phrases, idiom, etc. So, request you to please share in the group so that every participant can look at it and see their areas where they can improve. Now, I would request Toastmaster Varun, who can share us the summary about the timings.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster in the ball, and congratulations to everyone on their speeches. Loved hearing everybody's points of view and perspectives on different things on these different topics. And we had a very productive session led by Toastmaster Chittagong. So, as far as the timings go, I'll start off with the speakers for today. Toastmaster Subhashini took 6 minutes and 41 seconds for her speech. Toastmaster Rahul Swami, he took 7 minutes and 8 seconds for his speech. For the table topic speakers, DTM Saurabh took 1 minute and 48 seconds. Toastmaster Gaurav took 1 minute and 40 seconds. Toastmaster Sonu, he took 1 minute and 24 seconds. Toastmaster Piyush, 1 minute and 27 seconds. Toastmaster Suchitra, 1 minute and 20 seconds. DTM Nancy took 2 minutes and 1 second. Toastmaster Chaitra took 2 minutes and 3 seconds. And the guest for today, Ganesh, took 2 minutes and 9 seconds. For the evaluation, DTM Nitin took 3 minutes and 39 seconds. And DTM Gayatri took 3 minutes and 9 seconds. So that's more or less it as far as my timer evaluation goes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varun. So, I think, thanks for summarizing about the timing, but it will be helpful if you can if you prepare some Excel and share it, because it's quite easy to refer to it.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. And I would now request Toastmaster Pooja, who can test our listening skills.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Now it's a time for testing the listening skills. I'll be having 2 to 3 questions, and those who know the answers, please raise your hands. The first question would be how much amount Rahul has paid to the person, the total amount for background
8,000.
verification.
8,000.
Yeah. For background verification.
That is 2,000.
2000.
Yeah. And the second question is, what was the conversation Rahul was having with his friend? Anyone knows this? You can answer.
About the rent being increased.
Yes, that's correct. And which 2 days Subhashini would like to get up early in the morning without waking anyone in the house?
Your voice is not audible. Can you please repeat?
Is it audible now?
Better.
Yeah. Which 2 days Subhashini would like to wake up early in the morning without waking anyone in the house? Which two
One is
days?
one is birthday and second is Mehndi day.
Yeah, that's correct. And what was the message from the Subhashini speech, if anyone can?
Take a pause and reflect.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pooja, for testing our listening skills. And yeah, it was quite interesting. So, just to summarize overall, I think I covered most of it, but I think touching few more. So, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Chetra, thank you for taking the role and opening the meeting confidently. You introduced the theme well at the start of the meeting and ensured everything started on time and set the tone of the meeting. Also, you ensured about sharing about the different role takers, and you discussed about the different round rules, which was quite clear, and you were smiling all the time. So I think great start for the meeting. For our presiding officer, DTM Nancy, I think you opened the meeting well again in setting the tone of the meeting. You invited the guest, talked about the introduction and the reinstated Toastmaster, which was again a good gesture. You were poised overall, as always, and it's quite inspiring the way you always conduct it in a very calm and composed manner. And you touched upon the important point about the membership fees update, I think, which is quite important. And I think we all should pass it on. And I'm sure we will be taking it to the group as well, which we can actually think about renewing it well in advance so that we don't have to pay extra. So thank you, DTM Nancy. I think so. For our joke master Suchita, I think it was very well done. You tried it well again. uh, Talking about the humor part, it's not easy, but you did great job setting a positive tone and taking different examples, and you really added fun and energy to the start of the meeting. The content was quite good and well connected. I think adding more smile to it and would have added more humor, but I think overall it was great. And thank you, DTM, and Nancy and Sora, for overall Zoom moderation and keeping the hybrid as well as the online hybrid and the offshore meeting go seamlessly for both in room and online participants. So, thank you overall. I think I just missed our Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Chitrangna. I think the topic, as I mentioned few times, it was quite well chosen, and you did justice to the topic overall while going through different parts of the meeting. You were quite energetic and passionate, and that we can all see. You were smiling, you were confident, and I think the way you were speaking, I really wanted to hear you more, which was very well done overall at different segments of the meeting. You were quite crisp, and the examples that you bring at different intervals really thought about the element of our importance of brands in our life and how we can recall those brands that we are actually so used to in our daily lives. um, I think it was all well done, and you engaged the audience a lot at different point of time, which made the meeting really interesting. And I think overall time management, everything was good. In overall way that you try to bring in different elements. So overall, well done. And I think last one is our table topic master, Toastmaster Prasang. Again, it was quite, all the topics were quite well chosen. It was overall, it started well. You were quite impressive, and you were trying to engage people with different topics, and it was quite interesting and intriguing at the same time. People tried to bring in different points, which made it interesting, and try to summarize it at the end of the day what you feel about the topic, which made it interesting. So I think overall, I really enjoyed the meeting, and I'll hand it over now back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chitrangala.
Thank you so much, our general evaluator, Toastmaster Indrapal. Let's hear it for her. What a wonderfully detailed evaluation you had for all of us. All right. As we are drawing towards the end of the meeting, I just have one bit. I believe our Toastmaster Varun is being called upon to comment whether there are any disqualifications on time. Toastmaster Varun, if you are there, can you just confirm if there are any disqualifications on time? All right, I'll anyway move on. We'll try to see if we can get a summary from him through some other channel. All right, folks. I like to leave you with one thought. A lot of us believe that brands are built with expensive advertisement. Actually, they are not. Brands are built one experience at a time. Just like companies, our personal brands are also built that way. It's not what we say about ourselves, it's what people feel once we leave the rooms. Okay, this person was reliable. This person was supporting. He was confident. She was funny. So let's keep building these brands, be it products or ourselves. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey behind the brands. Have a great weekend, all of you. I'm handing over the reins back to our presiding officer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chitrangna. Can we hear it for our Toastmaster of the day for today, Toastmaster Chitrangna Singh? Wonderful theme and the way she engaged all of us with different activities. I'm just simply amazed. Loved it. Totally. Now, coming to our guests who have been there with us since the beginning of the meeting, would love to hear from you. How did we do today in today's meeting? Any feedback or anything that did really good that you want to take back home? May I hear it from our guest Sagar Gulati first?
Wait, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. So, yeah, I really enjoyed the meeting, and it's not my first time attending a Toastmaster session.
Hmm.
I had enrolled myself in some other club long back, but I could not commit to it. And so I thought, I'll attend this club. And currently I'm in Bangalore, and I have heard that this particular club is offline as well. So I wanted to have that virtual experience first. So I really enjoyed. About the key takeaways, I have a page full of, a lot of
Wow.
things that I've learned. I just hope that, I stick to it because my motivation to start something is very high, and then being consistent at it is the difficult part for me. Overall, the session was really great. Lots of key takeaways. So thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, guest Sagar. Well, that's why we say that there is no bar in joining us as guest. As many times you want to join us as guest, please join. Once you are consistent as a guest, then you can be consistent as a member. So that's
Yes,
the thing we would want you to practice. I look forward to seeing you as a guest next week as well. We meet on Tuesdays at 7:30 and Saturdays at 10 o'clock. You please feel free to join any of our meetings or both of our meetings throughout the week. We
sure.
welcome you to both our
I
meetings.
will be trying the best to join. That's
Anytime.
currently I'm motivated to join at least. So yeah, thank you, Toastmaster
Lovely to
Nancy.
hear that. I also see distinguished Toastmaster Umar Farooq. Would you like to share a few words, DTM Umar?
Eh, Yes, I would not be able to open the video, but every time I come to Gabby's, I love the energy, the ambience, and the professional way they conduct that, properly structured and organized. There is always some key takeaways, some messages. We all learn whenever we attend a Toastmasters meeting, and it's a very good example of teamwork. And loved the energy, loved the table topics as well, the speech evaluations. Each and every segment we can learn a lot, and all the very best for the future meetings as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, TTM Umar, for these wonderful words of feedback for us. We are really encouraged to bring in this consistency in the meetings, in every meeting, week on week. Now, this consistency is only possible because of the team behind, working behind the scenes. So, can we hear it for distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Datta, our VP Education, our VP PR, Toastmaster Ashwin Prasad for the posters, our VP, our Secretary Toastmaster Varun for the agenda, and Toastmaster Chaitra, our Sergeant at Arms, for ensuring that all the resources are in place. So these four people, week on week, they continuously work to ensure that we have the consistency and the quality in the meetings. Now it's time for me to announce the results. Well, I'll start with the best auxiliary role taker. Best auxiliary role taker for today's meeting goes to someone who told us how can we do better on our grammar. Can we hear it for Toastmaster Madhav Rakesh? Congratulations, Toastmaster Madhav Rakesh, the youngest member of the Gabbys, yet the best auxiliary role player. Age is no bar here. So congratulations, Toastmaster Madhav. Next, I would like to announce the results for best role player. So we had Toastmaster of the Day bringing in such an interesting theme. We had journal evaluator evaluating all of us on how did we do today. Table topic master who brought in some quirky topics, and table topic evaluator who is a guest yet a DTM who brought in his pearls of wisdom, where we got to know how we can improve. For today's meeting, I see there's a tie for the best role player. And the tie, oh yes, Toastmaster Inderpal Chadda was the first time GE as mentioned by our VP. Uh, Toastmaster Inderpal Chadda, is that the case?
It's the second time. I,
Okay, second time general evaluator, yet you're growing with every meeting. Congratulations on your second time as GE. However, for the best role player today, the tie is between the person who brought in the theme, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Chitrangna Singh, and the one who brought in quirky topics for the theme, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Prasang Mani. I laughed at each and every topic and your take on that topic. So, very well done. And congratulations, Toastmaster Chitrangna, for such an amazing theme that you had today. Next, we had polls for Best Evaluator. We had two evaluators, both were distinguished Toastmasters, and one is a homegrown DTM and the other is a guest. And it's an interesting vote for today. The best evaluator for today's meeting goes to our homegrown distinguished Toastmaster, DTM Nitin Pathak. Congratulations, DTM Nitin. Next, we had two speakers for today, and for those two speakers, we had Toastmaster Subhashni Joyalita and Toastmaster Rahul Swami. Toastmaster Rahul Swami, I really feel sorry for your loss of 8,000, and I feel sorry for your loss of best speaker today. Today's best speaker goes to Toastmaster Subhashni Joyalita. Congratulations, Toastmaster Subhashni. I don't love the smell of mehendi, but I love the way you narrated this entire story, though I was not the one voting. Last but not the least, the much awaited one, table topic speakers. We had 8 speakers in today's meeting. No wonder we are a little late on time today. Out of these 8 speakers, the best of the table topic speakers has been distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Datta. Congratulations, TTM Saurav, for delivering the best TT speech, the tiny brand we have at the Gabbys. Congratulations. With this, I close meeting number 283 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. We will see you at 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. IST. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.